Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayat Nastaprayeshu Vabhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistati. Translation. So today's auspicious day, Gopastami. Today is Gopastami. Today is also disappearance day of three great devotees.
Only one Mata needs Hindi. She will tell them. So it won't be.
Oh, okay.
Better we save time.
Yeah, right.
All of them can understand. Mata ji, आपको भी सही है नहीं? हाँ? मैं तो उधर ही हूँ, मैं तो बैठ तो नहीं कर. इसमें मालूम नहीं कौन है. तू मुझे मालूम नहीं. हिंदी वाला एक दूसरा का मुझे क्या? माता जी का क्लास समझना है.
So Gopastami is the day when Krishna graduates from taking care of the cows to taking care of the cows. Krishna grew up in Gokula, in the home of Nanda Maharaj. Nanda Maharaj is Vaishya. He had a big herd of cows, 9 lakh cows. So Lord Krishna and Lord Balaram, their childhood, the childhood of any child is divided into 3. First of all, there's Kumar, the first 5 years. And then there's Poganda, which is 6 up to 10. And at the end of 10, 11 up to 15, end of 15, that is called Kaishore. So 3 stages in the childhood. But Lord Krishna, he grew up very quickly. What was five years for a normal child, Lord Krishna could cover that in 3 years and 4 months. So 3 years and 4 months, he graduated. After 3 years and 4 months, he moved into Poganda. And then after at the age of 6 years and 8 months, then he moved into Kaishore. And 6 years and 8 months, plus another 3 years, 4 months, was 11. So that's when he moved to Mathura. That's when Kamsa sent Akrura to Vrindavan to bring Krishna and Balaram to Mathura. And so at the age of 11, should have actually been 15, but actually it was only 11. And Lord Krishna actually never grows older than the Kishore stage of life. Wouldn't that be nice? Never, like the four Kumaras, you know, the four Kumaras, the sons of Brahma, they made a vow they wouldn't grow old. They just stay children, stay like young children. Although they're the oldest in the universe, the oldest sons of Brahma, they don't grow up. They're always like young children. So similarly, Lord Krishna, he doesn't grow past Kishore. He stays always youthful. Even when he's married with his queens in Dwarka, he's still like a young man. So today is the day when he graduated from taking care of the calves. That was done in the Poganda stage. From taking care of the calves, he would start to take care of the cows. That became Kishore. So that means he was 6 years and 8 months. When they have the calves, they go with the cowherd boys in the forest. And when they have the cows, they also go in the forest. They'll go further, take the cows further, take the cows to the Yamuna, take the cows all over Braja. How many forests are there in Braja? 12, right? 12 forests of Braja. So Lord Krishna would go every day in the different forests and bring the cows, looking for new pastures with sweet grass. Just like Govardhan, Giriraj Govardhan. Govardhan had always very nice grass for the cows to eat. So Lord Krishna would take the cows to often take them to Govardhan, and they would enjoy to eat the grass there. And in Govardhan, in the times of Lord Krishna, there was also waterfalls, and the cows could drink the water. And Lord Krishna and Lord Balaram, they would also drink the water from the waterfalls there, coming down the slope of Govardhan. So it's like a celebration when the child grows up, just like, you know, nowadays we would celebrate child going to school. It's a celebration. And then the child going from primary school, going into secondary school, and then child going into university, then graduation. So in the times of the Vedic culture, 5,000 years ago, Lord Krishna, living in the home of Nanda Maharaj, the whole life was centered around the cows, taking care of the cows. And because Nanda Maharaj had so many cows, he was very wealthy. There was no scarcity. Nanda Maharaj had so many cows, with all the cows, a lot of milk, and from the milk you can make yogurt, and then you can make butter and cheese and ghee. So Nanda Maharaj was wealthy. He had a lot of money, no scarcity in his home. Today, you know, we think of the people in Vrindavan, we think, oh, they're poor. But in the times of Nanda Maharaj, they were very wealthy. Wealthy people lived in the villages, on the land. They had land, they had cows. And with cows, then you have cow dung, which is a valuable fuel. Even today, you see in Braja, the people are burning cow dung, and they cook on the cow dung. In Mayapur, also everywhere, you see they collect the dung, make the patties, and they will cook on it regularly. So today is the day in which Krishna started to take care of the cow. Today is also disappearance day of 3 great devotees. One devotee is called Srinivas Acharya. Srinivas Acharya. He went to the school in Vrindavan, run by Jiva Goswami. Jiva Goswami means the nephew of Rupa and Sanatan. So So Jiva Goswami, his father was Anupam. Anupam passed away early, but Rupa and Sanatan, they were the uncles of Jiva Goswami. So Jiva Goswami went there to Vrindavan and stayed in Vrindavan with his two uncles, Rupa and Sanatan. And Jiva Goswami had a Gurukula. All right, did you send your children to Gurukula? No. Ooh. Gurukula, best education. Gurukula. Children should go to Gurukula and learn how to do devotional service. So Srinivas, he was sent from Bengal. He was from a place called Srikanda, which is near to Katwa. Katwa, you know Katwa? Where Lord Chaitanya took sannyas. It's north of Mayapur. Lord Chaitanya, when he swam across the Ganga and he went to Katwa. In Katwa, there's the ashram of not Ishwarapuri, but Keshava Bharati. Keshava Bharati was the one who gave sannyas to Lord Chaitanya. So it's in Katwa. Sometimes we go there from. You can get a train. You can go by train. Just takes an hour to go in the train, or you can go by car. It's nice to go and see these holy places. So Srinivasacharya, he was from a place called Srikanda, and he got sent to Vrindavan to get education from Jiva Goswami. And there he was in the Gurukula, and he was associated with Narottam Das Thakur and Shamananda Pandit. They were also students in the school of Jiva Goswami. So they became great devotees. They studied there in the Gurukula. And then Jiva Goswami, after they studied in the Gurukula, Jiva Goswami sent them back to Bengal to preach. He wanted them to come back into Bengal because he knew all the devotees there were feeling the separation. Lord Chaitanya had left the world. Many of the different devotees, the associates of Lord Chaitanya, they were all leaving the body. So they wanted to encourage the devotees in Bengal. So Jiva Goswami arranged to send the three top students, Srinivas, Narottam, and Shamananda. He sent them, he told you three go back to Bengal. And he gave them the books of the Goswamis. Now 500 years ago, there was no book like this. Everything was on palm leaf. Everything was written on the palm leaf. Did you see the palm leaves? Did you see these books before? You can see some places they have the original copies. They have books. They have these palm leaves from 500 years ago. Just recently I was there. I was visiting one of the holy places. They had the original copy of the Chaitanya Bhagavat, written by Vrindavan Das Thakur, on palm leaves. And they still have it preserved there. And in Vrindavan, you can see some of the original books of Jiva Goswami. Vrindavan, they have the Vrindavan Research Institute there. And they have the original palm leaves. So they're trying to preserve these things. Of course, they get very old, 500 years. Palm leaves also will deteriorate. These books, after 20 years, 30 years, they start to deteriorate. You keep your Bhagavatam, right? They get old, they deteriorate. The palm leaves, somehow they can last longer than these books. Anyway, Srinivas got sent back with all these with these other two devotees, and Jiva Goswami arranged a special bullock cart And he had a big trunk, and they put all the books of the Goswamis in the trunk. And they gave them also some escorts, some people to go with them, because they were walking from Vrindavan, have to walk back to Mayapur. So it took a long time. So they were walking, and they came to a place somewhere, it was somewhere like around Bihar. And they were resting for the night there at this place in Bihar. But turned out that this place, there was a king there, the ruler. And he got told by his spies, he said, these people are coming and they're bringing a treasure. They told the king, these people are coming with a treasure. They've got a valuable treasure. So when the king heard that these people were coming through his kingdom with a valuable treasure, so the king thought how to steal it. Because the king wasn't such a good man. Anyway, he thought it's a rare opportunity. People are coming with some great wealth. We should steal it. We should get it. So he arranged his people that they went there in the night when everyone was asleep, and they stole all the trunk with the books in. Actually, they didn't know that in the trunk was only books. They were thinking it was really some kind of treasure. They thought it may be wealth or special stones, precious stones, jewelry. They didn't know what it was. They took the box, they took the trunk, and they disappeared. So in the morning, when everyone woke up, they were shocked to see that all the books have all been stolen. All of our books have all been taken away. So they thought, what to do now? Because not easy to get copies again. Not like we have books which are printed many thousands of copies. Every book was handwritten. You wanted another book, you had to get the Brahmana to write it out for you.
This one is a gift from.
Everything had to be handwritten. So Srinivas and Narottam and Shamananda, they were in anxiety that we've been sent here with the books, all the books of the Goswamis, Rupa Goswami's books, and Sanatana Goswami's books, and Raghunath Goswami's books, and Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami's books, all the great devotees' books, they were bringing them to Bengal, and they've all been stolen. So what to do? So they decided that Narottam, he would go on and go to Bangladesh, go to Bengal where he was from, and preach there. And Shamananda, he would go to Orissa, he would go to Utkal and preach there. But Srinivas, whose disappearance was today, Srinivas, he was to stay in this area where the books had been stolen and try to find out who's taken the books and try to get them back. So Srinivas went around and he found out nearby there was one town, and he went to that town. And then when he was in the town, he heard how there was a king there, and this king was fond of hearing the scriptures. The king had some pundits there who were coming to his palace every day to recite scriptures. So Srinivas thought, I should go along and hear what they're saying. So Srinivas went to the program, and he was sitting with other people, and the pundit came in, and the pundit began to speak on Srimad Bhagavatam. But Srinivas, he'd already studied Srimad Bhagavatam from Jiva Goswami. And Jiva Goswami, he'd written the Sandarbhas. Jiva Goswami had studied Bhagavatam from Rupa and Sanatan. Jiva Goswami was a fully, very, very advanced devotee. And he trained people like Srinivas in the teaching, in the message of the Bhagavatam. So the Pandit came in and he was speaking on the Bhagavatam, but Srinivas was listening and he could understand the Pandit was not giving a very good presentation of the Srimad Bhagavatam. So Srinivas began, he put some questions to the Pandit, and then the Pandit couldn't answer, and then Srinivas went on and he explained everything. And when he explained the message of the Bhagavatam, then the king was really impressed, and he understood that this young man was a really great devotee. And so he asked Srinivas to come regularly to speak there. And so Srinivas would come and speak, and then the king, after some time, he revealed to Srinivas that actually his men were the ones who had stolen the books. And the king brought Srinivas to the place where he had the trunk with all the books in it. So Srinivas got back the trunk and he made the king a devotee. The king became his disciple, took initiation from him. And even the Pandit who was coming and speaking there, he also became a disciple of Srinivas. So in this way, the king became a devotee, and the king helped them to establish Krishna consciousness there in his kingdom. And they built temples there and made many, many devotees. So this was the preaching of Srinivas Acharya. Srinivas Acharya also wrote that very nice song which we sing, the Goswami Astakam. Right? Krishna Kanana Paro Prema Tritambo Nidhi Dira Dira Jana Priyo Priyakaro Nirnatsuro Pujito Shri Chaitanya Kripa Bhuro Bhubi Bhuvo Varavahantarako Bande Rupa Sanatana Rakujago Shri Jiva Gopalako. This is there are 8 verses to this song, Goswami Astakam. Srinivas Acharya wrote this song describing the activities of the Goswamis, how they study all the scriptures and how they're always chanting the holy name Krishna. So Srinivas, he was not a Goswami in the material sense, although spiritually he was very renowned. He was married, he got married, and he had also a daughter. And his daughter went on to become a very great devotee. His daughter she was given the name Hemalata. And later on she became Hemalata Thakurani. And she became, when she grew up, she also became a spiritual master and she accepted disciples. She was a very great devotee. From her childhood, she was very, very special. They could understand she was a very great devotee. So today is the disappearance day of Srinivas Acharya. Today is also disappearance day of Dhananjay Pandit
and Gadadhar.
Gadadhar, right? Gadadhar Pandit. So Gadadhar Pandit, one of the Panchatattva, Gadadhar. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasati. So Gadadhar, we say Gadadhar is the expansion from Srimati Radharani. Gadadhar Pandit comes, Srimati Radharani comes into the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Gadadhar Pandit. And Gadadhar Pandit grew up in Mayapur, and he was very, very intimately connected with Lord Chaitanya. When Lord Chaitanya was still a young boy, Gadadhar Pandit was always with him, always together. Gadadhar could not tolerate to be away from Lord Chaitanya. Whenever Nimai would go away, Gadadhar would find it unbearable. He would always be looking, where is Nimai? When is Nimai coming? So Gadadhar was Srimati Radharani in Krishna Lila. He came as Gadadhar Pandit in Chaitanya Lila. And when Lord Chaitanya took sannyas, then Gadadhar followed him. Actually, before that, Lord Chaitanya he'd gone to Gaya and taken initiation. And when he came back, he was always in ecstasy. He would ask, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? When is he coming? So one day it happened, Gadadhar said, Lord Chaitanya embraced Gadadhar and said, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? And Gadadhar said, he's in your heart. He's in your heart. And when Lord Chaitanya heard he's in the heart, Lord Chaitanya began to claw at his chest. He wanted to rip open his own heart to get Krishna. And Gadadhar Pandit had to console him. Gadadhar Pandit embraced him and held his hands and said, don't worry, he's coming just now. Just be patient. Just wait. Just be patient. So Lord Chaitanya's mother, Sachi Mata, when she saw Gadadhar taking care of her son, she was very appreciative. And she told Gadadhar that you please always stay with Nimai. Always be with him and help him. And don't let him do things like ripping his body apart to get his heart out. So she requested Gadadhar always to be with Nimai. So later on, Gadadhar also got initiation. And as we said, Gadadhar was Srimati Radharani in Krishna Lila. So who becomes the guru of Gadadhar Pandit? The guru of Gadadhar Pandit is a person called Pundarik Vijayanidhi. And Pundarik Vijayanidhi, he is not different from Radharani's father. Father of Radharani is Maharaj Vrishabhanu, right? Kirtida and Vrishabhanu. So Maharaj Vrishabhanu, he came in Chaitanya Lila as a person called Pundarik Vijayanidhi. Even today in Bangladesh, there is a place called Pundarik Dham, which is where Pundarik Vijayanidhi lived. He was a wealthy person. So it happened that Pundarik Vijayanidhi came to Mayapur, and Makunda told Gadadhar that there's a great devotee coming to Mayapur. You should go to see him. So Gadadhar went to see Pundarik Vijayanidhi, and when he saw Pundarik was a rich person, so he had a lot of ornaments on, and many rings on his fingers, and earrings, and necklaces, and he was sitting with so many sherbets and pumpkins and different drinks and sweets in front of him. And he was nicely dressed in silk, and his hair was all nice and everything. And Gadadhar, he's a brahmachari. And when Gadadhar saw him, Gadadhar thought he must be a materialist. Gadadhar was just looking at him externally, and he thought he looks like a materialist. I don't think he can be a very good devotee. So then Makunda was watching, and Makunda could understand what Gadadhar was thinking. So Mukunda sang a beautiful verse from the Bhagavatam. Who knows the verses from the Bhagavatam? What about you? Do you know the verse? Aho Bhakya Snanatyalakodam Jagam Sayapayanet Apya Sati Pradegatim Datre Uchitam Satyam Kambadhayalam Sharanam Brajima. Like that. This is the verse. This is a verse in third canto, yes, second canto. It's a verse describing, Buddha was describing Lord Krishna. He said, who could be more merciful than Lord Krishna? Why is Lord Krishna merciful? Because he accepted Putana. Putana, oh, Bakiyam, Baki. Baki means the sister of Bakasura. The sister of Bakasura, Putana. Nice sister, eh? A nice family, brother and sister. There's Agasura, Bakasura, and Putana. They're all one family. Wow. So, Lord Krishna, Putana, Ahopaki, Stana Kala Kutam. She's got the poison on her breast and she's come to feed baby Krishna. And Lord Krishna thinks she wants to be my nurse. She wants to be my, she's picking up baby Krishna. Aho Bhakiyam Stanakala Kutam Jagam Sayapayanet Apya Sabi Labegatim Datre Uchitam Tananya. She becomes the Datre, the nurse of Lord Krishna. So Lord Krishna, because Putana disguised like a gopi, she dressed like a gopi, she had a gopi dress on, and she made herself look just like a gopi, and they all thought, oh, she's a gopi. They let her in to see Krishna. But she wants to kill Krishna. But Krishna thinks she wants to be my mother. She wants to be my nurse. So Lord Krishna took her to the spiritual world to become his nurse, to become a nurse in the spirit in Goloka. Who could be more merciful than Krishna? Nobody, huh? Not, so Uddhava said, Aho Bhakiyam Stana. Nobody could be more merciful than Krishna. That he takes his demon with him. So Mukunda sang the verse. And when Pundarik Vidyanidhi heard the verse, whoom, he fell off his seat and he rolled on the ground and he was rolling and rolling. He was crying and his tears were coming from his eyes. The whole floor flooded with the water, the tears coming from his eyes. And he was rolling on the ground in ecstasy for hours. This was Pundarik Vidyanidhi. His bhava, his love for Krishna was awakened just by hearing that one verse. So Gadadhar was watching and Gadadhar was shocked because Gadadhar was thinking, oh, he's just a materialist. He's not a very great devotee. He just looks like a materialistic person. But when he saw him do that, then Gadadhar thought, oh, he's really a great devotee. And so Gadadhar regretted that. So afterwards, Gadadhar considered I committed an offense against Pundarik Vidyanidhi. I was thinking he was a materialist. So Gadadhar thought how to make up for my offense. He thought I should take initiation from him. So he went to Lord Chaitanya and he asked Lord Chaitanya, I'm thinking I should get initiation. And I think Pundarik Vidyanidhi could be my guru. Lord Chaitanya said, very good, very nice, go and do it. So he went to Pundarik Vidyanidhi and on a suitable day, Pundarik Vidyanidhi accepted Gadadhar as his disciple. So later on, Gadadhar then went to Puri with Lord Chaitanya. He went to Puri and he stayed in Puri. And Lord Chaitanya gave Gadadhar the deity, very special deity, Tota Gopinath. Tota Gopinath, the deity of Gopinath, not very far away from the Jagannath Puri temple. You can, we also get to go into that temple. Tota Gopinath. We don't get to go in. I don't get to go into Puri, into Jagannath temple, but I can go into Tota Gopinath. And so Gadadhar worshipped this deity of Gopinath. But the deity was quite tall, and Gadadhar was getting old. It was difficult for him to put the crown on. So after some time, because it was getting so difficult for Gadadhar to put the crowns on the deity sat down. The deity folded its legs and sat down, just as you are sitting. The deity of Gopinath is like that. You don't see many Krishna deities like that. It's very special. So this was the reciprocation between Gopinath and Gadadhar, that the deity came down so that Gadadhar could serve the deity easily. So, and it said also, when Lord Chaitanya left the world, that Lord Chaitanya disappeared into the Gopinath deity. That Lord Chaitanya entered into the deity of Gopinath. And there's a golden line there on the leg of Gopinath, just on the knee of Gopinath. They'll show you the golden line. Say, this is where Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entered into the body of Gopinath. So this temple was worshipped even today by the disciples of Gadadhar Pandit. They maintain the worship there. We often usually go there, take the sadham there from the temple. Tota Gopinath. So Gadadhar, every day he would read Srimad Bhagavatam, and Lord Chaitanya would come to Gadadhar, and he would have Gadadhar read Srimad Bhagavatam. And again, Lord Chaitanya would hear the pastimes of Dhruva Maharaj and Prahlad Maharaj. And Gadadhar would read every day to Lord Chaitanya. So Lord Chaitanya was very intimately connected with Gadadhar. The two of them were inseparable. But Lord Chaitanya, at one point, he wanted to go to South India, and he told Gadadhar, you have to stay here. And Gadadhar didn't want to stay. He said, no, I want to go with you. Wherever you go, I want to go. But Lord Chaitanya said, no. He said, you promised to stay here. He said, I've given you Gopinath. You have to serve Gopinath. You cannot give up the service of Gopinath. So it was very difficult for Gadadhar. He had to stay in Jagannath Puri while Lord Chaitanya went to South India. But later on, Lord Chaitanya came back, and he would regularly be with Gadadhar and hear Srimad Bhagavatam from. So after Lord Chaitanya departed from the world, it was unbearable for Gadadhar. He could not tolerate to be in the world and not to be with Lord Chaitanya. So within 1 year of Lord Chaitanya's departure, Gadadhar also departed from this world. So today is the day in which Gadadhar disappeared, in which he finished his pastime in this world and went to join Lord Chaitanya. So today is also the disappearance day of Dhananjay Pandit, a very intimate associate of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I'm not familiar with any particular pastimes. Dhananjay Pandit.
Dhananjay Pandit? Yeah.
Dhananjay Pandit was a very
Dhananjay Pandit was a very rare soul.
Nityanand Prabhu was always present in his heart. Chaitanya Bhagavad, Antya 5:7-33. His Shripad is at Sitalgram, Mangal, Uttarakhand, Bardhaman district. There is a railway station at Kaichor on the Metre gauge line from Katwa to Bardhaman. If one gets down at Kaichor, then it is about a 20-minute walk to the village of Sheetalgram. Dhananjay Pandit also stayed at Sankrapancha for some time. According to the opinion of some, he was born in the village of Jargram within the district of Chattagram. He was present during Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan pastime with Navdeep. After returning from Vrindavan, he also worshipped the deities at Jalandigram. At present, the deities of Sri Gopinath, Sri Nitai Gaur and Sri Damodar Shalakram Shila are being worshipped there. He has no descendants, but he had a brother by the name Sri Sanjay, whose son was Sri Ramakanai Thakura. His Shripad is located at Gulukgram near Bolpur. Sanjay was perhaps the disciple of Dhananjay Pandit. The present Sevakas at Sitalgram are the descendants of Dhananjay Pandit's disciples. His disappearance is on the 8th day of the bride fortnight in the month of Kartik. The day.
Thank you. All right, any question, anybody? Huh? So today, very auspicious day in this month of Kartik. We remember these three great Vaishnavas. And now we can do Damodar.
Yeah. Today the day we get darshan of Radharani's lotus feet.
Today is
Being Radharani's lotus feet. We get darshan of Radharani's lotus feet on this day today, and in Shri Mayapur, elsewhere. Normally, the skirt is falling on the lotus feet. We don't get darshan.
that's controversial, whether or not you should get darshan of Radharani's lotus feet.
But in Mayapur,
There was some discussion on it recently. Prabhupada said we shouldn't get darshan.
and even Radha is to be twice a year. I heard. All the other days not possible. Controversial.
That's it. She doesn't give darshan of lotus feet.
Any question? अच्छा महाराज ने चारों के ऊपर गौरव की बात की और 3 डिसिप्लिन से सबके बारे में बात सब याद है श्रीनिवास आचार्य का बताते
And then on Friday we begin Vishwa Pancha. Friday is the Ekadasi.
एकादशी के
I don't know. Nobody told me. Well, it's not Shuddha now. It's chanting. It's Namabas. So Namabas, you're going to get what? You're going to get free of sinful reactions. You're not going to get into the spiritual world. You don't know that you get entrance into the spiritual sky just by chanting Namabas. They say liberate thee. Liberate, what does liberation mean? Liberation means now you can begin devotional service. Well, it can mean different things. It's a question of what does liberation mean? Liberation means you're free of the modes of nature. Liberation means now you can take up devotional service. It has different meanings.
That person who lives in body and form, they think it's physically responding to other way.
Yeah,
But he's saying Mayapur, and he lives with body.
but not everybody's in the Dham. They may physically they may be in the Dham, but mentally they're not really in the Dham. They don't really see the Dham. You don't enter the Dham like that.
landing.
Yeah.
No, but
Well, what? Somebody's a Muslim, they'll leave the body in the Dham.
Really,
They're not really in the Dham.
they're not in the town. The geographical location is not enough, right? And even Gopastami, the animals which are born with the dogs and the monkeys in a dham, they have some sukruti of being in the dham and they now take birth because of their offenses they commit in the dham. They get a body of an animal, become a hog or a dog or a monkey or something. I mean, Gopal, once I heard that all the animals, they are related to the dham, but they, because of their offenses and their sinful actions, they come back to the dham, but they form up. I mean, they said even they are fortunate to be in the dham land. They come there, then gratification again, and the animal body.
so it depends upon the consciousness. Even if
Yeah, consciousness, very important. The attitude, consciousness, yeah. That's the whole crux of the issue.
Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you. The value of the truth is precious.
Hare Krishna. Okay, Damodardesh, yeah.
Yeah. Very fast we do it.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,